Hi everyone, it's Linda, and I am coming back with what is a cumulative haul from Ohm Beads. What you're seeing here is one order end of May that I have just not gotten around to filming at all, and then a total of three orders as part of the retirement sale that was on July 4th. What's in this box is from my order in May. And as you can see, I've got some Lunas in there. And we have a glass bead and then a couple, or actually I think just one other bead is on a bracelet that I actually am wearing today. So I'll start with the bracelet that I'm wearing today with the bead that I purchased. And I have long admired this beautiful bead right here. This is Touch of Maple. And I just think this is probably one of the most beautiful leaf designs that I have ever seen. It is beautifully oxidized, which really makes that veining in the leaf stand out. The design is exactly the same on either side. This one does have, if you can see it here, a rather large opening. It's similar to the butterfly bead as far as the opening is concerned. I mean, it fits just fine on my bangle, obviously, but what's really cool about that opening is that it does lend itself perfectly to being used as a splitter type bead on a fantasy necklace, or like if you have two chains, like if you do like a double design with two chains, or I imagine you could even like with the leather, like put the leather through it twice to kind of have it on two different strands of your like leather bracelet when you're wearing one. So this here is Touch of Maple. And then, let's see, the glass bead that I purchased. Um, all of you know my affinity for purple. And this was or is a slim glass called Plant. And it is just the most beautiful, like dusty lavender shade. It's more of what, a red violet, I guess, like a light red violet, more on the red spectrum than the blue spectrum. But it's just a really pretty slim glass bead, and as you can see, it does seem to have almost like a darker edge, like on this right edge, and then there seems to also be like a little bit of um, a darker line kind of going throughout the bead towards the center and left as well. I remember now, I remember in May there was a special that Ohm had where it was a certain percent off all nature themed beads, and I took advantage. Like I had recently purchased Moon Kitty, and I already have Luna Love, and I'm like, oh, I want more of the moon beads. The only one I need now is like the full Luna, the Luna 2.0. But I took advantage of that sale. Like when I can, I like to get the most bang for my buck. So totally took advantage of the sale. So that is the Plant Slim Glass. And then this here is the Crescent Luna. And I'm just going to show it on this side. So this is the Crescent Luna bead. And even though it is like the smallest Luna bead, it still has so much beautiful detail. Like you still see the craters of the moon, as well as like some of the smaller craters, you know, with the dimpling or the rough surface. On this edge, it even has a little bit of texture there. But this here is the crescent Luna. And then the next size is this one right here. And this one, making sure I'm doing this properly. Yeah, I think I am. So this one here is the quarter Luna. And again, just beautifully depicted craters. Like you can even see through, like this crater here, you can actually see my charm bar through it. Just beautiful texture all the way around. Here's the side that is kind of like sliced through. So this here is crescent Luna and then quarter Luna. And then the last one that I have is the larger gibbous Luna. And hopefully I'm saying that properly. But again, no detail is left off, no matter which slice of the moon or size of the moon that you purchase. So I know I've styled this already, kind of like with these 3 moons here and then like the sweet little moon kitty over here, like on a bangle. And now I just need Luna 2.0. This is all of the Lunas that I have. This over here is some of my retired sale goodies. So I believe this here is going to be like the first part of my order. I'm just going to get everything out of the box. As you can see, I got something from the Roar collection. And here we have everything. And again, like some of these, I was so scared that they were going to sell out. This one in particular, I want to say I have attempted to purchase during the retired sales now like 2 years in a row. And this is the beautiful, it's just called Rose bead. And I have the iris bead, and I also have the poppy bead. And now I have the rose bead. Like these flowers were always present in my mom's garden. She had poppies everywhere. She had rose bushes everywhere. So she had the most beautiful roses, most beautiful poppies. She had irises of every color imaginable. So this is a bead that I have long wanted. And you can see we have a larger rose here. And as you turn the bead, like there is another rose here. And then we have a smaller rose here and a smaller rose here. Just beautiful leaves depicted everywhere. And we even have a rose right here. So this is just my day's made, just having this particular bead. I want to say they have a sunflower in the same style. Wouldn't mind the sunflower because it's just a beautiful bead as well. So maybe someday if it doesn't sell out. So this is the rose bead. Another bead that I purchased is on a bracelet that I was wearing today, and this is one that I have been interested in for a while, and I think it's called, like it's from the desserts collection. This is called Pandan Jelly, and it is just a really pretty, it's almost coming across yellow in this video, but it's just a really soft lime green color, like a very light lime green color. In fact, on my Instagram today, I did take pictures of this bracelet if you want to see a more accurate color in natural light. Like right now it's overcast and I actually have my ring light on just to show things. Here's the beautiful tumbled, designed by Nicole. This is inch on, and here we have my wood end. And then here we have the lime glass bead, and this was also purchased with this order. So this is the lime glass bead, and as you can see, it is a light green. It's actually coming across, I think, more green in this side, but it is a light green, and it has that dimpled glass. So we have pandan jelly and then just lime. So that was on my wrist today. And let's see here. This particular bead I became more interested in with one of the challenges, and I can't remember if it was Augfest or the challenge from like whatever that was, Ohm in April. I actually think it was Ohm in April. And Myra, she had a contest where she had us research, I want to say Japanese folklore, where, you know, these spirits would inhabit everyday objects. And this is called karakasa kozo. I hope I'm saying that right. And here we have, you know, a spirit that has inhabited an umbrella. And this came out, I want to say last year around Halloween. So this was part of the Halloween release. And it's just this cute little umbrella. I mean, you see the eye, you see its little tongue kind of sticking out of its mouth. And, you know, the umbrella handle is its little feet, you know, or foot that it hops around on. And it is just the cutest little bead. And I just loved Myra's contest. Like she had us, you know, drawing up, because of course she is very artistic, very talented. She had us researching, you know, these various legends, so to speak, and, you know, drawing our own depiction of them, or even making up one of our own. So that really kind of inspired me to really want to get this bead all anew again. So this is karakasa kozo. And then, all right, so the next bead that I want to showcase, these next two beads actually are going to be in honor of my mother. This here is called I Love Sewing. And as you can see, it is just a beautifully depicted spool of thread. We have a needle that's kind of poked through, like you can even see, like I actually think there is like a little space there in the eye of the needle, almost like you could take a thread and put it through the eye of this needle. You have all this beautiful detailing of the thread itself. Let me see what's on the bottom here. It does say I Heart Sewing on one end, and then on this end as well, it says I Heart Sewing. My mother, before, you know, she married my dad and before she came over to the States, like she learned sewing. Like she would do sewing in a factory. I don't know if it was part of the post-war effort in Germany. I know that, you know, in Europe they train you for skills, and you know that's what my mom trained for. So she was an expert seamstress. When we came over here, like I just remember she would, you know, take in clients and she would sew clothes for them. She would do alterations. I had probably the best dressed Barbies around because, you know, Mom would take scraps of the fabric and she would sew me Barbie clothes. You know, so she was definitely an expert seamstress. And so I wanted to get this particular charm out of memory for her. And then I also really wanted this one. This is just the pin cushion, and my mom had a pin cushion exactly like this, the little tomato, the little red tomato, and it would have you know, needles and pins just stuck all over. And I mean, just no detail on this particular charm is just left untouched by Ohm. They just did such a beautiful job. They do have a sewing machine. I haven't looked to see if it is out of stock. It is one that, you know, I do want to also get, but you know, these two, if I'm only able to get these two charms, I am super happy. Let's see. So the next charm that I absolutely had to get is this one here. And this is the Triceratops skull. And I love Ohm's Roar collection. I kind of came in a little late, like to my knowledge, like this has previously been sold out on the Ohm website. So I have a feeling there was stock at one of the other stores that Ohm got, you know, just in time for the retired sale. So as soon as I saw this, I jumped on it, and it is just so, so beautifully depicted. As you can see, we have, you know, you can see the teeth and, you know, just the overall, well, we have the frill towards the back here. And forgive me, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. So we have the frill here behind the skull. We have the, you know, the two horns here, and then the one horn right here. You have, of course, the openings for the eyes, and then the openings where the nostrils were. And I imagine back here would have been the openings for the ears. Like, it is just a really large, large charm. Like, if I put it next to, like, let's say the rose bead, like, you can see the size of this particular skull bead compared to this. So this is probably part one of the actual retired sale. Some of the other items, as I mentioned before, I actually grabbed before the sale even started, because again, you know, Ohm was like, oh, make your retired list, get your lists ready. And I just saw some of these things and I'm like, oh, you know, I am so fearful that they're gonna sell out. Now this one, I already have one of, and Kit had actually posted it on Discord. Like, he's like, I'm not familiar with what this bead is, and I think it was an Ohm in Thailand exclusive. And so I already have one, and it is the one I have is hands down one of my favorite beads, and I wanted another, and I think Kit said there was only like 8. I just straight away, I ordered this bead. I never ordered just one bead from Ohm, ever, 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 because I hate paying that $10 shipping. I paid the $10 shipping for this bead because I wanted it. So yeah, this is Waves of Belief, and I really got a beauty. Actually, let me put this down for just a second. I'm going to grab my original one. All right, so this is the Waves of Belief that I recently ordered. This is my original one, which I absolutely love. And as you can see, I got a really beautiful pair. I think, yeah, I am so, so happy. You know, I paid shipping and it was worth it. So this is the beautiful Waves of Belief. And then my last box here, I did order enough to get free shipping. And again, these were ordered at full price because, again, I was fearful that I was not going to, you know, that they would sell out in a jiffy, especially with Australia getting the sale prior to us here in the States. I just didn't want to risk it. So I did order a couple of things from the Roar collection, a few more. And this glass bead here, and I'm hoping I'm saying it properly, is called Gondwana. And it just has, you know, it looks kind of like, it almost has like a rock texture to it. And to me, this, you know, is supposed to represent like the fossilized amber, like the tree resin, just maybe dripping down. So it's got like this just free form pattern of like this resin just kind of dripping down there that goes across the bead. So this is one that previously was showing as sold out on the Ohm site, and I have a feeling they only had a handful because from what I'm seeing, it did, you know, officially sell out. So again, I paid full price, but I don't care. I wanted this particular bead. Another bead that I purchased that also was from the Roar collection, and I do believe this also was previously showing as sold out, was the Velociraptor skull. So I know they had a few more skulls, but you know, these, well, if they would have had the T-Rex, I probably would have gotten it too. But these were the Triceratops and the Velociraptor were the two that I wanted primarily. So you can see all the sharp teeth, and you can see the sockets where the eyes would be. And then I imagine, you know, this is where the nostrils would be, and maybe this would be the sinus cavity. I'm not quite sure. I'm not an expert. I probably could ask Allie's Pandorably Charms little son, you know, to explain to me what all these things are, because I'm sure he is quite the little expert on dinosaurs at his age. But yes, I had to get the Velociraptor. And let's see, what else did I get? Oh, this is one where it also previously was shown as sold out. I actually have one of these already, and it is one of my favorite beads. So again, it was sold out. I wanted a pair, and so I didn't hesitate to get one even at full price. So this is Spark of Life, and it is just a beautiful kind of grayish taupe bead that has this crackle sparkle effect to it. And you know, just the barrel shaped glass, but it is just oh so pretty. So this is one I definitely wanted a second one of. And then the last bead that I purchased is this one, and this is called Brawl. And this one is just this gorgeous amber shaped glass. This came with the Oktoberfest collection, and I do have the little pamphlet here. So I already have, I do own well, now I have bar brawl, but I do already own the dangling wieners, and I do have the assaulted pretzel, and then there is a hipster hops, which I don't have. But dangling wieners was probably one of my first ohm beads, and this represents when I was 12. My mom and I went to Germany, to Kelheim, you know, where her family is, and my Oma, you know, took me around because, of course, at 12, I didn't know what jet lag was. I wasn't tired. So my Oma took me around to all of you know, her favorite little shops, and she took me into an actual butcher shop where they had, you know, the wieners and, you know, the meats and things, you know, hanging from the ceiling and stuff, and it just smelled so heavenly. And I got this particular charm to commemorate that memory. And then, of course, the assaulted pretzel, because, you know, there are pretzels, you know, at Oktoberfest. And so I had to also get that particular charm early on. This particular bead here, of course, represents all that wonderful German beer. And it's kind of funny, like when my uncle Heine came to Colorado, of course, your typical American beer are these pale beers. And we went out to eat, and you know, this was several years back, and it was before microbreweries were all the rage, you know, across everywhere. Like at the time, I want to say Colorado was probably one of the best areas because we had microbreweries all over the place. And I just remember my uncle, like my brother ordered, I think it was a Laughing Lab, and my uncle just looked at his beer and looked at my brother's beer, and he's like, you know, what is this water I'm drinking? What is that? And so, you know, we introduced my uncle to some of the different microbrews. So this kind of commemorates that memory. So this is my collective ohm haul. So far, I still have one other order coming from the retired sale. I did wind up ordering from the new release as well. I did ask, you know, with my order, like, hey, can I get a postcard? And I actually have been lucky. I actually have two of these. So I tell you, if anyone has like a Moon Kitty postcard, I will trade you one of the new postcards with the shark, because I have a pristine shark postcard here. So if anyone has a second like duplicate Moon Kitty one, I would love to trade. So I did order this particular bead. I also ordered the new Queen Bee, and then I do have a few more beads from the retired sale that I ordered. So this is kind of retired sale haul parts 1 and 2, plus, you know, a little order from May. So hope you enjoyed, guys, and let me know what you think. I will talk to you later. Bye.